Good day, everyone. First of all, thank you to Chaos Group for organizing this event. It really materializes the sense of community that I think we all feel in this industry. Major thanks as well to Andrew and Terry for identifying our work and story and for guiding us through this process. So what we will talk about today is basically an attempt to bring an answer to what efficiency should be or should mean in architectural workflow. It is a point of view that comes from someone who wears multiple hats today, being an architect, a director in a growing architectural firm, a passionate about 3D visualization, and a BIM manager. So a little bit about us. So today we are an architectural firm based in Antananarivo, Madagascar. We offer a full range of architectural and interior services from inception to completion. We have currently a few projects in Madagascar, and I, as an individual, has been involved in projects in Senegal, in South Africa, and in Australia. So we believe that architecture and the 3D visualization today in our context is slightly put under the light, even growing and emerging in Madagascar. There are artists that have great talents, but because it's still something new to the public, we still need the kind of, to make an extra effort in multiplying this kind of platform where people can appreciate and see our work. A little bit about me. So in 2008, I graduated everybody called matric baccalaureate here in Madagascar. So I received a scholarship to go study architecture in Algeria. After my graduation, I went to Senegal in Dakar to work in a very talented office. One of the major projects that I managed to be part of there is a gift shop that is located in one of the major shopping mall of the city. Which we can see right there. And then from 2016 to 2022, I think those are the years that I call my junior years, really because I was involved in a lot of interesting and very nice projects in Australia, high-end residential projects, same in South Africa. So not only was I a junior architect, but I was also a BIM manager, meaning that I was at the center of the production of documentation on all of these projects, obviously with some of my colleagues. Maybe one thing that I would like to single out of these experiences is the fact that the French-speaking culture and the English-speaking culture is quite different. I could really observe it in a sense that when you're approaching a problem, the French culture is more stating all the obstacles at the first place, whereas a more Anglo-Saxon approach would be focused more on pragmatism, I don't know exactly how we can explain that, but I think it's a feeling for those who've been living in those kind of countries, that it's a completely different mindset, and I think that makes a lot of difference in our everyday life. So a little bit about our goals and ambition. Well, what I can tell is that at the moment there are a lot of architects, very talented architects in these islands that are surrounding Madagascar, that are building in Madagascar. So in the same situation, we think that as a growing firm, we can be at the forefront of this industry in our region. So our ambition is, similarly to these architects building projects here in our country, we also would like to export our talent and build projects in the surrounding countries around the Indian Ocean. Hopefully that will happen within the next 10 years, but we'll see how it takes off from here. So now to the core of this talk, which is about architectural workflow. Our primary task as an architectural firm is to create, design, and document spaces. That is pretty clear from the get-go. So in a nutshell, the different steps that we take when we do that are summarized in these 4 titles. Basically, design. This is where our time needs to be spent the most. This is because this is what we do best. Second step then is to get across your idea to your clients or your consultants. So how do we do that? What tools do we use for that? I would like to stress here the importance of some of the tools Chaos developed the last few years. For instance, for all of the final renders that we do, we try to use Corona if we do have time. And one of the features that really changed the game to us is the light mix in Corona, because you could easily show clients, the different moods and atmospheres, ambiances of your space from one lighting setup to the other. In the same breath, I would also like to give major props to all of these artists who post stuff online and sell them online. The likes of the Dimensivas of the world, the Best Design Connected of the world. So these guys really make our lives very easy and pretty straightforward. Then step 3 would be then the documentation. So how do we spend efficient time doing those kind of things? And obviously the last thing, it would be your site management and your close out of the project. So the answer to those little questions to us was definitely a template, right? So it goes from organizations like your filing system, your archiving system, your naming, basically all of that. It needs to be templated. It needs to be the same thing throughout the whole office. The template, like the production software template, the visualization software template, and the presentation software template, so that once you just plug your input, the template takes care basically of everything and spits something out for you to make sure that the time that you spend is really efficient. And obviously all the technologies and resources that surrounds this industry, it's evolving all the time, so we need to get our head on those kind of things. So what makes a great template? For us, I think it needs to be very easy to use. A template is meant to facilitate and speed up processes. Secondly, it needs to be time efficient. It needs to make you spend the least time possible on all repetitive tasks. It needs to be adaptable so that whatever kind of project you throw in there, it's capable of handling it. And lastly, it needs to be reliable. So that's basically the start of the discussion that we want to share with everybody. So now we go on to the second part of this presentation, which is a presentation of some of the work that we do that's on the drawing board at the moment. So first is a project that we call LZ Residence here in Tana. So we believe that this project has the potential to be one of the best houses in the capital. At the moment, we're busy with all the furnishing and basically installation of all the joinery. The team that does that just arrived from Cape Town a few days ago, so we can't really wait for you guys to see the final result of this. There's a few images that we would like to share. We'd like to emphasize like this outdoor and indoor living space that's continuous under a pergola, and a few images from upstairs where the family lounge is. We like the use of skylights because we consider that the sky is also a view. So you always have that connection. Actually, it's very nice to be under that skylight when it's full moon outside. You have that beam of light coming down. It's just magical. Then, with that, there's a few archives images that we produce for some of the projects that we are busy tackling now. So I'm just going to take you through some of them. This is a triple volume lobby for one of the major projects. There's a spa visualization there. There are also images of dining rooms and this nice and beautiful, elegant master bathrooms. So along with archives, obviously we do a lot of trainings and we try to capitalize on the times that we spend on getting our levels up when it comes to visualization. So some of you may recognize some of these scenes because it's pretty common on the internet. But this is basically what we have to do if we want to make sure that we keep a level that is satisfactory to us and also to our clients. So basically, in a nutshell, that's about the presentation. As we grow and move forward, I think we always need to keep ourselves upskilled. The likes of the SO Academy, the brick visualization tutorials, those are very good tools for us that we try to implement in the firm. And we also need to keep up with the latest technology. I mean, technology is at the core of our presentation and of our production. And thank you very much, everyone, for your attention. I really hope that this is going to start a very nice discussion between us, and which is the ambition of the talk, obviously. And I'm sure all the architects out there who have strong interest into visualization can find like a start of an insight or maybe a start of a discussion into this. Thank you very much.